good.
Good afternoon.
We are live. Good afternoon. Yes. Yes. No, you cannot borrow paper, but you can have paper. Because I don't want it back in the same condition you borrowed it from me.
Can I have some paper?
Yes.
Miss, you need a paper.
Oh, hey,
Is Nodella? Is that any paper? Luis is going to grab some paper. Do you need some too, sir?
I need 2 for me and cheeks.
2 for you and Cheek. Okay. Here you go. If you'll pass this back to Caleb, please. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, you took
You're
my
welcome.
pen.
Oh, this is your pen. This is my pen,
This is
bro.
my pen. I bought it.
This is your. Where's my blue pen then?
I don't know. I just got this one from the family dollar.
Here, check me.
Oh, I gotta take my pen.
Cause that's my
Then I'll take
pen.
this one in.
Dude, I'm gonna write with that today.
Then I'll take the red one. You see? Getting you.
I'm writing with all of them, man.
There you go. That's the curtain.
Today is the 16th of October on this lovely Thursday. If I can have your attention, please. We are going to work on... We're going to work on transformations today.
Does you have a bottle? No.
Oh, I remember. I kind of remember what that is.
All right. So, I'll wait. Thank you very much. So I'm going to introduce you to 3 of our transformations today, and we'll continue working with them tomorrow and Monday. The first one is translation. A translation is a slide to the left, a slide to the right, a slide up, and a slide down, because we're on the coordinate XY plane. So we're going to have some horizontal slides, and horizontal is that left or right movement. And we're going to use the letter K to represent however far we're moving, sliding, translating left or right. I had said we could also slide up or down. We're going to call that up or down motion vertical. So we can slide up or down, and we're going to use the letter K to represent the number of units we're translating. We're sliding vertically up or down. I don't know. Okay, I know why it's H. H totally stands for horizontal. I don't know why they're using K for vertical. I'm sorry, it doesn't make any sense, but please just memorize. H, horizontal, K, vertical. We can't put a V. We can't put a V because physics is a very, very jealous subject and likes its letter V. Okay? It uses the letter V for like almost everything. And it's like the jealous girl who doesn't let her boyfriend talk to anyone. Sir, sit.
Oh, my bad, I'm going to change because it's too crowded.
Okay. So it's got to be K. And when you head into Algebra 2, it's going to stay the same. They're going to talk about horizontal and vertical translations next year, and they're going to use H and K again. All right? So that way you can remember it for next year. I have some algebra notation to give you. And this is just for the coordinates. Okay? When you get to Algebra 2, they're going to give you some more notation, but the notation that we're using are for those coordinates, for those X, Y coordinate points. When you have a horizontal translation to the left, you are going to change the X coordinate by subtracting the number of units that you have been told to move to the left. So if you've been told move 6 units to the left, you take the X coordinate and you subtract 6 from it. and you've moved it 6 to the left. Following that same thought, if I say you had a translation to the right, you're going to use addition. Please ignore this black squiggle spot. I messed up. Sorry. So you're going to add however number of units they told you to move to the right. You're going to add that to the x-coordinate. Okay? Let's look at the notation for vertical. And let's talk up first. You're going to change the y-coordinate, and you're going to do something to it with the k. To go up, you add. If you go up, you add k units to the y-coordinate. If you go down, what do you think you might do?
Subtract.
Yeah, subtract the which one, the h or the k?
K.
Yeah, the k, because we're on the vertical, we're on the down. Nicely done. Yes, ma'am. The green. Right. It says right. It's an R. A little better? It's a squiggly mess, but it's a little better. Okay, I'm going to scoot it up just a little bit. Calm down. Give me a few minutes. Give me a few minutes. All right. The next one is reflection. And a reflection is some sort of flip. Like when you look in the mirror and you're wearing a t-shirt that says lions on it, and you look in the mirror and it says like no young, like it's all weird backwards.
Backwards is black.
It's been flipped. That's awesome. I know, I totally, yes. I had to think it through, but you're right. So it's a flip. It's been reflected. And when we talk about reflections, we talk about reflections across some line.
It's not black.
Later. All right. We can talk about reflection across the x-axis. Across the x-axis. When you reflect something across the x-axis, the only change you make to its coordinates is the sign on the y-coordinate and the y-coordinate only. But you're right, you changed the sign. If you're going to flip across the y-axis, you're going to change the sign. Which one do you think? Yeah, the X. You guys are awesome already. You're welcome. You're welcome. If you're reflecting across the y equals x line, then you're going to switch the position of the x and the y. Ignore that black squiggle spot. I messed up. I'm going to zoom it in just a little bit. That's about as far as I can go. Now, this should feel familiar to you from when we did the conditional statements. So if you felt really comfortable with the conditional statement, you can think of that reflect across the y equals x line as a converse, where you flipped and you switched the hypothesis and the conclusion. If you're reflecting across the y equals negative x line, you are going to flip the x and the y and change the sign. This is going to feel a lot like when you, this is going to feel a lot like when you did the contrapositive when you flipped and negated. Okay?
Negative?
Yeah, that negative, that negation.
What's that word, the big one?
The big one in blue?
Yeah.
It's contrapositive. Okay. I'm going to zoom out again one more time. Like, so that way you can zoom out. There we go. And the last word that we have today for transformation is rotation. What's a rotation?
When everything like turns around.
Yeah, when it turns around. So rotation is some sort of turn. You can also call it a twist. Okay? Yeah, do the twist. I'll try to find that song and play it. In order to start talking about rotations, though, I need to remind you of one really super important tiny little detail. Okay? And it all comes from our good friend, the old-fashioned, old-timey Clockface.
Oh, that was a circle. Just a circle.
Okay? I'm going to zoom in on the Clockface. Okay, so there's our Clockface. Okay. Now, when you start at the very top and you walk this way toward the 3, the numbers are going to be getting bigger. You're going to go 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? This is called clockwise. And we're going to abbreviate it in this class as CW. Please don't confuse it with the TV station. You're not going to be able to watch Charmed on a clockwise. Okay? That was a really lame joke. I'm glad you laughed. If you start at the 12 and you walk the other way toward the 9, you're going to be going down. You're going to be going 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. And so we're going to call this one counterclockwise. I can't write today. Counterclockwise. And you're right, we are going to abbreviate it. What was your guess? CCW. You are so good at this. And for rotations, this is all I want to say. Tomorrow, we'll discuss the algebra notation of how to do these rotations clockwise and counterclockwise.